What if I told you that in some places it's illegal for a donkey to sleep in a bathtub? You could be fined for forgetting your wife's birthday, or that whaling is outlawed in a landlocked state. Sounds like a joke, right? But nope, these are real laws that actually exist. Some laws make sense. Others make you question everything. Some will make you laugh, while others make you wonder, what kind of absolute chaos led to this? But one thing's for sure. After this, you'll never look at laws the same way again. In Arizona, a donkey once found itself a cozy sleeping spot inside a bathtub. That was fine until a flash flood carried the tub and the donkey miles away, triggering a rescue operation so ridiculous that lawmakers decided to ban donkeys from ever sleeping in bathtubs again. Can you imagine the chaos that led to? Meanwhile, in Virginia, parking an elephant on Main Street is illegal, thanks to circus owners who used to leave their elephants blocking traffic like oversized SUVs. And if you're ever in Nevada, don't even think about riding a camel on the highway. Back in the 1800s, camels were introduced for desert travel, but they caused so many accidents that lawmakers had to intervene. Alaska, on the other hand, had to create a law against waking a sleeping bear for a selfie, because apparently some people thought shaking a 600-pound predator awake was worth a few Instagram likes. But here's the crazy part. Some laws sound ridiculous, until you realize what must have led to them. In Kentucky, it's illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket. Sounds weird? That's because old-time horse thieves figured out that if they walked past a horse with ice cream dripping from their back pocket, the horse would follow them home. No need to steal it. In Oklahoma, it's illegal to make an ugly face at a dog. Someone, somewhere, must have offended a very important pooch, or perhaps a dog was the one who sued. Speaking of animals, did you know that in Scotland, if someone knocks on your door and asks to use the bathroom, you legally have to let them in? Yep. No matter who they are, the law says you must grant them access to your toilet. Imagine trying to explain that to an unexpected guest. You could be minding your own business, binge-watching your favorite show, when suddenly, knock, 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 and bam, you're legally obligated to let them in. Talk about a weird dinner party request. Some laws leave you wondering what absolute madness made them necessary. In Minnesota, it's illegal to chase a greased pig. At some point, greased pig chasing must have been so out of control that the government had to step in. Can you picture a wild festival where pigs were zooming around, too fast to catch, causing all kinds of chaos? Over in Georgia, you are legally responsible for stopping your chickens from crossing the road. Yes, lawmakers were apparently so tired of hearing that joke in real life that they put an end to it. And in Louisiana, you cannot tie an alligator to a fire hydrant. Which means at some point someone must have done this way too often for it to become a legal issue. And let's not forget the classic alligator sighting as an excuse to skip your errands. Sorry, I'd love to help, but my alligator is tied up right now. Italy takes pet loneliness very seriously. It's illegal to own just one goldfish, so if you're planning to buy one, you'd better be prepared to get it a friend. The same law applies to guinea pigs, because Italy believes no pet should be lonely. The law even extends to rabbits, and honestly, they probably need a friend anyway. Meanwhile, in Switzerland, you can be naked inside your own home, but if your neighbor sees you and complains, congratulations, you've just committed a crime. Imagine walking around in your house thinking you're totally fine, only to find yourself with a noise complaint from your neighbor's window. In Malaysia, the color yellow is illegal because it was linked to anti-government protests. So if you're walking around in a bright yellow hoodie, you're technically breaking the law. You can't even wear it to the mall without looking over your shoulder. It's like a rule straight out of a dystopian novel, but it's very real. Food laws get just as weird. In Singapore, chewing gum is banned, not because it's unhealthy, but because vandals kept sticking it on subway doors, causing thousands of dollars in damages. So in Singapore, a single stick of gum could land you a $1,000 fine. France is so protective of its cuisine that ketchup is banned in school cafeterias. It's only allowed one day a week, and only on fries. Imagine a whole country with such a love for food that even sauces have restrictions. Meanwhile, Massachusetts refuses to let anyone ruin New England clam chowder by adding tomatoes. Doing so isn't just frowned upon, it's literally illegal. That's right. Don't even think about putting ketchup or tomatoes on your chowder. If you want to get away with it, you might have to start calling it tomato soup instead. And if you ever visit Canada, be careful how you pay for things. It's actually illegal to use more than 25 pennies in a single transaction. If you try to pay for your groceries with a giant pile of pennies, the store can legally refuse your money. Meanwhile, in Denmark, before starting your car, you are required by law to check underneath it to make sure there are no sleeping children. Which really makes you wonder how often that situation must have happened for the government to step in. In Washington, it's illegal to pretend to have rich parents as a way to get money. Somewhere, at some point, someone faked being a trust fund baby one too many times. And in Vermont, a woman must get written permission from her husband to get dentures. Imagine needing a legal document just to chew your food. This is like a quirky time capsule from the past that somehow still holds up today. When it comes to relationships, some laws go way too far. In Samoa, forgetting your wife's birthday isn't just a bad idea, it's a finable offense. Which might explain why husbands in Samoa have the world's best memory skills. In Kalamazoo, Michigan, serenading your girlfriend in public is illegal. So if you were planning a romantic, say-anything boombox moment, you might want to check the city ordinances first. Meanwhile, in Sweden, dancing in public without a permit is against the law. If you suddenly feel the music, too bad, you better have government approval before busting a move. So next time you're at a wedding reception, better double-check that dance permit. Bathroom-related laws can be equally bizarre. In Switzerland, flushing your toilet after 10 p.m. in an apartment building is banned because it's considered noise pollution. So if nature calls, you might have to wait until morning. In Thailand, stepping on money is illegal because the king's face is on the currency and disrespecting it can land you in serious trouble. And in Pennsylvania, if you're selling an old refrigerator, you must remove the doors first to prevent children from getting trapped inside. Which makes sense, but also makes you wonder how often that happened before lawmakers stepped in. Oh, and did you hear about the law in France where it's illegal to name a pig Napoleon? Someone, somewhere, must have had a pig that got a little too big for its britches. Or maybe they were just trying to mess with history. Either way, it's a law now. You just can't mess with the legacy of a great historical figure. And finally, in Japan, it's illegal to be fat. In fact, there's a legal limit on how big your waistline can be, which sounds like the plot of a movie, but it's part of an effort to fight obesity. It's not about shaming, it's a public health strategy. But it's still one of the more bizarre ways a country can try to influence lifestyle habits. Reality is truly stranger than fiction. Some of these laws were made out of necessity. Others make no sense at all. But they all reveal something about history, culture, and the truly unpredictable nature of human behavior. Which one blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you love weird facts like these, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You never know what strange story we'll uncover next.